Here's one thing that you need to know about GLP-1 peptides. Daily habits matter. Today I'm going to dive into 3 habits that you need to be doing on a daily basis. You need to be starting your day with purpose. You want to stack these habits alongside of your GLP-1. Mornings really matter with the GLP-1. Many of their mechanisms are hormonal and circadian driven. So what you do in the first hour that you get up really matters because it sets the tone for your hormones and your metabolism response for the day. Peptides are a precision tool, but if your body is dehydrated, stressed out, running on coffee, or in complete chaos by 8 a.m., those tools are not going to work as efficiently or like you would want them to. So let's make sure we start our day strong. First, let's talk about hydration. This is critical. I never understood just how important hydration really is. You want to have hydration and minerals before you have your coffee. Ideally, you want to have at least 8 to 16 ounces of water in you before you even get out of bed. Hydrating supports liver detox, absorption, and cellular function, all of which help peptides do their job. Minerals like magnesium or electrolytes enhance mitochondrial activity, which ultimately helps your body with aging. You want to get sunlight and movement to help with your circadian rhythm. 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight and movement sets up better blood sugar and cortisol regulation. This helps GLP-1 mimic natural rhythms, which is great for women who are struggling with insulin or energy dips. Protein first. You have to have protein throughout the day, and you want to start your morning out with protein, at least 30 grams of protein. This has probably been one of the tougher ones for me, is making sure that I'm getting at least 30 grams of protein in every meal. So why do we need protein? A protein-rich first meal reinforces satiety signaling and stabilizes glucose, which directly supports GLP-1 and your longevity goals. I personally eat 30 grams of protein with each meal, and I actually try to go higher. If you knew the amount they really want you to have, it's even higher than that 90 a day or 100 a day. You're actually supposed to have half your body weight in the protein. So it's quite a bit, but just for now, focus on 30 grams with each and every meal that you have. And there's lots of great ways, and I've done other videos that talk about how you can get that protein. If you would like to understand how GLP-1 microdosing can work for you, grab the Midlife Reset Guide, my free guide to aging the smarter and more gentle way. Drop reset below and we'll get that guide right over to you. Next, you want to be thinking about smart movement and recovery. You see, GLP-1s don't build, but they actually signal. Your body still needs raw materials and recovery to respond. If you're not strength training and recovering well, you're not giving peptides anything to work with. Strength training is a non-negotiable. We lose so much muscle as we age that if we're not strength training, it doesn't matter what program, what diet, what anything we're on, we're going to lose muscle. So it's really important that we are strength training at least 3 times a week. You see, muscle is protective, metabolic, and it helps regulate hormones and glucose. Strength training isn't about quantity. Back in the day, I used to think you had to do all this cardio and you had to do it for at least an hour or you weren't really doing it. When we get older, it's not as much about quantity and that we have to do it every day of the week and we got to do it for an hour to 2 hours. We're bodybuilders, but it is about consistency and strength training at least 3 times a week to contain and keep the muscle that we have. I know firsthand what strength training did for me. I had a knee injury and I got a routine from the doctor that was all about strength training around my knee to make all the areas around it strong so that my knee was fully supported. And in doing that, it made the world of difference in how my knee went through the recovery. The last thing we want to think about, which can be very difficult, is clean eating. Making sure that our food is good. Stay out of those center aisles. You don't want to be eating out of boxes or bags. You want to eat as natural and from the earth as you can. You want to ditch the crash diets. You want to eat nutrient-dense food. You'll be surprised how much food you can have when you're actually eating nutrient-dense food, things that are actually healthy and good for you. And you want to stay away from anti-inflammatory meals. Ultimately, our body is who pays for it. Cut back on triggers like alcohol, sugar, and seed oils. Support gut health with fermented foods or targeted supplements. Don't just take supplements for sake of taking them, but make sure they are targeted to what your body actually needs. And a functional doctor, a holistic, homeopathic doctor can help you with that. The power of sleep. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Make sure that your body has enough magnesium, which also helps with sleep. Recovery is where the magic happens. So when we go to bed, that's when recovery happens, when our body is resting. So if we're not getting good sleep, our body is not having an opportunity to recover the way it should. Or if we're eating foods that are not what we should be eating, some of the ones I talked about to stay away from, you're not going to get a good night's sleep because your whole digestive system is going to be messed up. So it's really important to give your body everything it needs to ensure that you're going to get that good, solid, sound sleep. Another thing to consider is taking small 10 to 20 minute walks after you eat. This gives your body an ability to get the food digested a bit, get moving. Not talking about running, I'm just talking about a nice walk. It helps glucose control, digestion, as I mentioned, and GLP-1 function. It supports metabolism without having to do intense cardio. Sign me up for that one. If you want to optimize your GL1P experience, these tips that I've just given you will help you greatly. And if you're on GLP-1, you want to make sure you're doing the right thing so that you have the best experience and you see the results that you actually are looking for. Thank you for joining me on this video. And if you haven't checked out my honest take, what I wish I knew before I started a GLP-1 medication training, you might want to go check that out. It's right there on my channel and you can find it. And I thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you on the other side.